I am Oksana Davida, and I am with Diaspora UA. Our channel is welcoming you, and we inviting you to listen to us, to correspond with us, and give us your opinion about topics we are talking. Today, we have very short, unplanned video stream about what's going on in the United States of America. I am a Ukrainian-born American citizen, and what happened last night with President Biden and his very unusual and very scary speech for me is very important. And I simply want to express my emotions, my feelings, because I could not sleep all night. I don't know how do you feel, my fellow Americans, but for me it was triple scary, because you know why? If you think you feel something, if you think you understand what's going on in this country, I will tell you how I feel it. What is only on our horizon, I can smell it, I can feel it, because I already went through this in my life. I already lived in terroristic regime. I already live with dictators. I spent half of my life under that order, which was provided from, you know who, from our Communist Party leaders, how to live my life, how to think, how to talk, how to express my thoughts, what to believe, what to do, what not to do, how to deal with my family, how to deal with my ideological thoughts. So why I'm saying all this? Because yesterday, suddenly, I guess I got goosebumps on my skin. I understood very scary thing. Our country, United States of America, becoming a dictatorship country, and our dictator was on a stage last night. Joe Biden, President of United States, orchestrated his last night's speech in a very, very unusual, scary, and freaking way, because it looked like Satan mass, probably. I don't know how else to describe it. It looked like we're on the edge of very unexplained actions. But I think I can explain it, because we see two silhouettes of US Marines on the background. I love Marine Corps, Semper Fi. I have it in my family some time ago. I have respect to our American Marines who serve in the White House, but first time in my life, I don't feel like I'm safe. I think he put them in the background just to show his army in the way he thinks is behind him. His army, in the way he thinks, gonna protect him from us, from citizens of United States of America, who yesterday he called enemy of states. Because more than 100 million people, I believe even more, because we're not just talking about people who did not vote for that president. We're talking about people who understand who he is. And we talk about probably half of America, probably more than 100 million people. So he just openly called us semi-fascist. Just think about it. I actually don't understand why he added word semi. It's like semi-sweet champagne, it's a different. Semi-fascist. No, you cannot be semi-fascist. You're fascist or you're not fascist. You're pregnant or you're not pregnant, right? This is how I understand. Some actions cannot be semi. So he openly called us fascist. Probably he doesn't know what description of fascist means. I know he did not write his speech. I know he was using pre-written script and looking for teleprompters to read it. I know he took 3 days off and he's supposed to have weekend off to recover from that big effort after 24-minute speech. I know he was probably training himself to read it without mistakes and blurring, but it still happened. In one of that blurred moment, I got what he said. We cannot be pro-American. I don't know what he meant to say, but I got what I got. Yes, he is not pro-American. Yes, Joe Biden, you're not pro-American. You're pro-communist, you're pro-Marxist, you're enemy of state for me, not us. Because what you were talking yesterday, you were talking about yourself, about actions of your administrations, of your party. You just misplaced names, because this is the best tactic to attack when you feel you're doing something wrong, you're accused of something you really did. It's like bully's tactic. You immediately start to scream, no, 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 you're doing it to me, not me. You know, you're acting like a child, baby in a diaper. Your face was angry. Your face was yellowish. Your face expression was scary. You were trying to raise your voice on us Americans who don't belong to your group of support. Yes, we are healthy opposition. This is okay to have opposition in such a democratic country like United States of America. Somebody remind our president, we are opposition. And without opposition, he could not be who he is. Because opposition, what makes that engine of politics moving and working for us. He claims we are fascist. He claims we are enemy of state. He claims we are extremists. By what? By remembering how good our country was before you came to White House, Joe Biden. Because we still remember how peaceful our life was. We didn't have any war in any part of a war. We have very minimum inflation. We had gas twice cheaper than we paying right now. We had very nice retirement foundation working for us. Everything was okay, and we did not have problem going to do shopping because prices were rising a little bit, but not so dramatically like right now. We have to count what to buy, what not to buy. We still remember those peaceful times. And because of that, you call us fascist? I simply don't understand, but I feel what I feel. He puts us on the edge of civil war in this country. He even mentioned AK-15 in his speech. For what reason? Because everybody who is against his policy, everybody who is against bringing our country, United States of America, down, in his eyes, we are enemy of state. No, I'm sorry, Joe Biden. You don't know who we are. We are patriots. We take care of our country. We know how to keep it healthy, strong. We still remember those times when United States of America and president of this country were like the most respectful people and country in the world. Not anymore. Everybody is laughing at you. I was listening world news all night today. You probably don't know what people saying about you, how they comment in your speech. I'm not even talking about America. I was listening in 4 different languages from all over the world. This is shocking. This is most terrible speech America remembers because you are most terrible president America experiencing. And if you expect after your scary satanic speech, you're gonna have more followers, you are absolutely wrong, Joe Biden. Even those people who were trying to find some healthy line in your behavior, now they turn back on you because they know who you are. You're a dictator. You're a dictator who wants to threaten us, your nation, at least half of it, maybe even more, because I believe during this last night, we got more supporters of MAGA, Make America Great Again. And we will make America great again. And you will not stop us from doing that. And you're totally delusional in your mind. I don't know who is writing your speech. I know you learn how to read it. Not perfectly this time, of course, but at least you were training yourself for 3 days in a row, right? And they finally pick up a right medication for you to be able to say the speech. You are trying to make a scary face. You were trying to be angry and raise your voice on us. Don't think it works. It doesn't. It works in the opposite way. You just earn so many enemies to yourself. You just earn biggest growing of opposition. It's still opposition. We are just opposition. We are not enemy of country. You trying to blame us. So watch yourself. Now you're going to have a very hard time to convince America who you are, because no explanation needed. We know who you are. We know what you want to do with us. And people like me, because I already have immunity from that regime, I escaped it. I was on the list of KGB as a child because I was not afraid to say the truth about that regime. Now, I would never believe I'm gonna do the same in my country I love with all my heart, country who gave me a lot, country who taught me how to be free, how to be independent, how to evaluate my freedom and independence, especially my freedom of speech, when I'm using right now openly. But I'm just one citizen. You use your hate speech. It's not a freedom of speech. You accuse us being a fascist. For President of United States, it's totally unacceptable. I demand apology. Personally, I demand apology to 100 millions of American citizens who love our country, who fighting for our country. And trust me, we will fight. Not in a way you accuse us. We can fight with our brain, our IQ, our information, our knowledge, our patriotism. And because of that, we are much stronger than you. We are really patriots of our country. We are not fascists. So who are you, Joe Biden? Decide. But our decision is already here. Of course, I wanted to say more, but it was total improvisation. It was my first response. I know it's very salty. I know it's very strong. I know it's not maybe very politically correct, but come on. I'm using my freedom of speech in full, especially after what I what I was listening last night and this morning. I hope you understand what I meant. I hope you support my opinion. I would be very happy to see your response. And I would be very happy if you can do anything to spread this opinion of one woman, one person who cares about America, who's doing everything possible to open eyes, specifically in my mother country, in Ukraine. I'm talking the same things. I'm explaining people who we are. I'm using it in my Ukrainian language, but I'm doing my work. I'm doing my work to help United States of America to bloom, to be open, to be a real country of democracy, not that democracy, a real democracy. And I really support that idea. We will make America great again. Absolutely, yes. And nobody, even Joe Biden, will not stop us. Have a good day, fellow Americans. Glory to America. I was with Diaspora UA, our little channel. Please support us. We are young, but we have a lot of supporters and followers. We're trying to bring news in Ukrainian. Sometimes we do it in English. If you like what was happening today, let us know. We're going to do more short, informative video in English. Thank you for your attention. Be with us. Goodbye.